Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you the gospel Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. Every single day. You are now rocking with Captain Will. And if you love rocking with Captain Will, keep telling somebody. Tell somebody about Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the new members. I appreciate anybody who has been rocking with Captain Will since day one. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram, Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, you can holler at your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We're talking about recruiting, the latest in recruiting. I kind of like to do that on Mondays. So we're going to call Mondays our recruiting day. Okay. And then throughout the week, if it's something hot that happens, then of course we'll rock with it. But Monday is recruiting day. And so we'll just focus on that. And what's the latest with Gamecocks? And if we have to begin, I got to give a synopsis more so of the top 10 recruits. Okay. Top 10 recruits and what's their status, because Gamecocks has always been a player in that regard to recruiting. We've always had many high quality recruits. If we go to 2024 class, we can always look at, Joyce Edwards and Manny McDaniel and Adele Tack. And we go with 2023, talking about Malaysia Fulwiley and Chloe Kitts and, Maddie, Tessa Johnson. So many great recruits that have came into this program called South Carolina, the three-time national champions. So many. So right now, the consensus number one is Aaliyah Chavez out of Texas. Point guard extraordinaire. Is she a point guard? I don't know. I don't know if she's a point guard, but she's a dynamic guard who, I'm gonna separate her. Aaliyah Chavez got some dog in her. I saw some clips. She was playing this over the weekend, and I guess it's called a Mamba Invitational. And she looking in the camera saying, calling somebody out. She didn't say the name. It's like, yo, I'm in your city. And you don't want that smoke. You ain't want to lace them up. All right, I like this. I like that. I love competitive nature. I love that. I love the talk, obviously, but I love that fire. I love that fire. I love that with Aaliyah Chavez, but she ain't coming to South Carolina, y'all. The number one recruit in the United States of America is not coming to South Carolina. She's going to need Texas Tech. One of those two. She's going to stay at home, and she's going to be one of those teams. And number two, Sienna Betts is already, committed to the UCLA. That has been a wrap for quite some time. But Jazzy Davidson, who we've been following as Gamecock fans and is a lock to go to UCLA as well. There's a highly probability that UCLA going to have the number 2 and the number 3 ranked recruits in the class of 2025 with Sienna Betts and with Jazzy Davidson. They building something special at UCLA. They are. Number 4, Aaliyah Crump is already committed to Texas. That's been happening for a while. Texas is doing something awesome as well. If they get the opportunity and they get the chance for Aaliyah Chavez to also commit to Texas, along with Aaliyah Crump, along with Madison Booker, oh Lord, they got something amazing going on in Texas. And it's great to see. Honestly, for basketball fans, it's great to see. It ain't great for South Carolina fans, obviously, but is a competition what we want, and Texas is new to the SEC, and we will see them twice this year, Colonial Life Arena and in Texas. So got to talk about it. Number 5, Number 5, Divine Bourrage is a lock for LSU. Divine Bourrage is going to LSU, and she's a player that we were recruiting early. We still are recruiting. Now, obviously, we still recruiting Aaliyah, Chavez, and we still recruiting all these players, you know. But my sources and things I read and heard has Divine Bourrage as a lock to LSU. And this 2025 class is important to LSU because they struck out big time in 2024, having only one recruit in the class of 2024. One top ranked recruit. I would say top ranked, top one player in the top 100, and I think 92nd. So if they get the services of Divine Bourrage this cycle, 2025, that's big for them. That is big for LSU. Number 6 is Agot Maker. Now, Agot Maker is a Carolina target. She's a Carolina target. And right now, she doesn't have a overall favorite, right? She's a 6'1" wing from Canada. Really special player. And it's all jumbled up together. I mean, jumbled up together. I mean, multiple schools she have with no particular favorite. Official visit is going to be huge for Carolina. Huge for Carolina. And we need a Agot Maker on this basketball team. We do. We need this player, the number 6 overall recruit, in a garnet and black uniform. Because out of the top 10 players right now, most of these young ladies are spoken for. Most of them are spoken for. Only one who is not spoken for out of the top 10, real talk, is a Agot Maker. If we don't get a Agot Maker, we will strike out on every top 10 player in the class of 2025. And I can go further and say we will strike out on every top 15 player in the class of 2025. So a Agot Maker is crucial to having that elite talent that we've been accustomed to at the University of South Carolina. Number 7, ZaKiyah Johnson, outstanding player. And she's from Kentucky. So right now is between Kentucky and LSU. And I'm hearing about LSU could be a potential landing spot for this young guard. If LSU gets ZaKiyah Johnson and they also get Divine Bourrage, you're talking about the number 5 and the number 7 ranked guards in this recruiting cycle, oh, that's amazing for LSU. That is amazing for LSU. And my hat's off to them. If they get both of those players, it is what it is. You got to respect. You got to respect the recruiting. If they're able to swing both of those players to Baton Rouge, that's special. Emilee Skinner. Emilee Skinner looks to be a lock for Iowa. She's a point guard. She's a really good player. Let me just say, she's a really good player, and she would be great. She'll be great for them. Hailee Swain is already committed to Stanford. That's been going down for quite a while. D. Alexander committed to Cincinnati. That's been going down for a minute. We have to go all the way down to Denia Prawl, who's from Canada, who right now is the number 15th ranked recruit, and 6'1" wing, who doesn't. She feels a lot of components to what we as South Carolina need. It's very similar to Agot Maker, 6'1" wing, 6'1" wing. Now, Denia Prawl is favoring Miami and Arizona. So if we are it is crucial to get her on campus this fall. It is crucial because those two teams in Miami and Arizona have a big edge for them versus South Carolina. Jailya Davis is a recruit who's been on the radar for a while, 6'2" forward. She's from Kansas. And right now, her two favorites, by my metric, are Arkansas and Oklahoma. Jailya Davis is number 16th ranked recruit, another 6'2" wing, 6'2" forward, I should say. You know, she'll be a great player. Obviously, if she's ranked 16, she's a great player, right? And then Jada Seville. Jada Seville right now is 40th in the country. She recently got a offer this summer. You know, 6-foot wing from Florida. She doesn't have a particular favorite right now. Still early in the process for her. We see the need for Carolina to get a couple of wings in this recruiting cycle. Breezy will be gone. Breezy will be gone. And you can't like underestimate or devalue, you know, Sanaya Ja, who was a wing and transferred out to Arizona. There is a need to fill that spot that was that she had last season. 4-star recruit is gone, right? We don't talk much about Sanaya Ja. There is a need. By my brain, I think there's a need for 2 wings in this upcoming recruiting cycle. So Don Staley's is recruiting those positions hard. We also had a couple of new offers very recently. One of which I already talked about with Lauren Jacobs from Heathwood Hall, which also is the alma mater of the great Aja Wilson. And she, you know, jumped up the recruiting rankings this summer by balling out. Currently, she's right now 89th in the country. 89th in the country, 5'9" guard with a sweet mid-range jumper, a sweet 3-point jumper, who I believe is going to ball out this upcoming season. And I have to see it for my eyes this year. So I will be checking out Lauren Jacobs up close and personal this fall and winter season. And the final one is Kaylin Carroll. Kaylin Carroll is from Massachusetts. She's 6'3". She's currently ranked the 26th ranked. They have her as a wing. 6'3" ranked player in this recruiting cycle in the class of 2025. So I can talk to you about Kaylin Carroll, but how about we just take a look at Miss Kaylin Carroll? Kaylin Carroll brings something very unique to the table. Outstanding player, very good size, offensive moves, can shoot the mid-range, can shoot 3-pointers. Very skilled player, and who also had an outstanding summer, who also participated in the Team USA under 18, under 17 trials. She's an excellent player and rated as the #1 ranked player in the state of Massachusetts. Potentially the #1 ranked player in the New England area. She would definitely be what the doctor ordered for South Carolina. We are losing, we're losing Sanaya Fagan. Sanaya Fagan is moving on after the season. Similar size. Similar, in my opinion, ability. She is I'm not going to say she's a must get for South Carolina, but she is very, very, very important to the class of 2025. Because if we don't get a post player in this mode, we'll be looking at the transfer portal to fill that talent base that Sanaya Fagan will be leaving. We have to keep an eye on Kaylin Carroll to see what decisions she make. Can we get her on campus? Because she's a in my opinion, a late add to the offer list. All faith is in Dawn Staley in regard to this recruiting class. But I've said this before. I said this last week. We might have to temper our expectations for this recruiting class and see this class as a bridge recruiting class to the class of 2026. Most of the top 15 players are spoken for in this recruiting cycle. You're going to see some players who are going to commit to South Carolina that are lower ranked than in the past recruiting classes at Carolina. Still would be amazing, outstanding players who are not going to be thrown into the fire because there is so much quality depth on this basketball team. They can come at their own pace, and when needed, they will play. It's just going to look different for this class. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. We'll be talking more about recruiting possibly later in the week. For sure, next Monday. This includes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best. Since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.